grand finals about to come up next. Space Station Gaming going up against OpTic, and some very good insight coming from LVT and Garrett. But Tim, what's your insight? What are you feeling? Are you ready for this matchup we're about to see?
I'm extremely ready. You know, I'm going to be on the other end of things. I think that, yes, Dead Zone was a good pickup, but I think, like I said before, SSG have the better end here. I think they got a great pickup in Legend. We're going to see if it pays off here. Of course, this is online. This is what matters right now. These points so very important for both these squads.
OpTic and Space Station Gaming going at it here for first place, and to be honest with you, I had FaZe actually winning this tournament as far as the power ranking, so to see FaZe out so early and see these two going at it, I'm actually happy. I want to see our top three shift around a little bit. I don't want to see just be one side, everybody fighting for second and third place, so really happy to see where OpTic and SSG are at, but OpTic are the ones that have a mountain to climb. SSG out of the winner's bracket, and so far, looking like so.
Yeah, it's a really big deal, right? You got to talk about that. The fact that OpTic have to win 2 best-of-5s in order to win this tournament is very difficult. And honestly, it comes against an SSG roster who look primed and ready. Of course, they were sitting in the grand finals waiting for a little while, but it doesn't look to have affected Stellar. A nice shot by him and cleared out 2 members of OpTic Gaming. It might be some more time here for the side of SSG as Stellar, one of the best snipers in the game, hits a beautiful shot into Trippy.
24-0 come out of Space Station Gaming. Multiple going down for OpTic, so SSG looking to set up over toward the A side. Eco already watching for any overextenders that could be coming out. Meanwhile, OpTic are actually going right through the front door, right to screens. There's excellent damage coming in from Eco, sends both of those players back. One ends up going down, make it to SSG back in control.
Yeah, beautiful job by SSG to stop that push and just take minimal damage in terms of the resources. Because of that, they'll have a little bit of a firm setup here, but you see OpTic Gaming off their spawn, quick to the push. That's going to force the rotation onto B with this ball.
Switching gears over toward Dead Zone. Looks like that ball is played off the map. Green side is going to be cleared out, and Dead Zone wants to make sure that Space Station are not rotated over toward the A side, at least not for free. But there's 2 members yet to deal with. Damage onto both of his former teammates, takes down Stellar, but Eco comes in quick with the cleanup. At least he's able to take down one before going down, but Bounds doing damage left and right as well. 3 down go OpTic Gaming, losing the final player alive, and this should be more points for Space Station Gaming.
Yeah, Lucy does a really good job there. I was expecting Legend to toss down that ball a little bit quicker there, but unfortunately he takes a ton of damage from Lucid, who had the QT. Another big resource on the map to try and control. A very important resource to make sure to keep track of. And you see OpTic Gaming, their first bit of points here, their first setup, really quickly broken already by SSG. That's going to be 2 dead for the side of OpTic.
Stellar wants to stay alive with this camouflage. That 1v1 battle just not important, at least not in that scenario. Trust your teammates to get the kills is exactly what he does. Bound awarded the kill for that one. Gets himself some easy ball time as well. Anticipates that there's 3 members of OpTic still pushing up. Stellar is able to deal with 1 damage onto the second one. Allows for the cleanups to come in quickly for Space Station Gaming. They're already on a 43-6 run, but as they continue to win these slaves battle, as they continue to drop OpTic like flies, they're gonna be able to continue to add points on the board. 50 here for Space Station Gaming, not even 10 for OpTic.
Yeah, you know, you see OpTic and you say dropping them like flies. It's because when it's 1 fly, you can swat them out of the air, and that's exactly what's happening. OpTic are sending 1 by 1 by 1, and Space Station is ready for the staggered pushes, and that's what's allowed them to win this, especially the fact that there's a lot of 1v1s being won. Here on Legend, with the snipe in his hand, he gets taken out, but SSG have just done a great job of holding these angles, and what surprises me the most is that they favor this A-side control. Instead of the tower, they always posture towards A, and it's working out for them. 62 points to 6.
3 down goes Space Station Gaming, and OpTic now looking to rotate this ball over toward the C side. Formal really being a bodyguard here, but Eco working the dummy side, using the environment to stay alive. A well-placed grenade, and now it's Stellar and Eco and SSG back in control. Another 3 down for OpTic Gaming. OpTic now coming off a spawn. SSG looking to pounce on them 1 by 1. OpTic come off a spawn, and 1 by 1, it looks like Space Station are locking it down.
Yeah, it's really interesting here too. Is a lot of intangibles that are on the line. It's, you know, Penguin going to OpTic. It's SSG trying to prove they made the right decision in picking up Legend. There's a lot on the line that's really not showing up here, and it just makes this an even better grand final than what we expect in the first place. Trippy with that QT. Lots of damage being done here, but has to stay alive as the push comes through from Space Station.
Way down goes Space Station Gaming. This should be a setup opportunity for OpTic Gaming. Finally, we're going to see some points being put on the board. They have their A side like they want. They also have camouflage in the hands of Formal at the moment. Space Station Gaming have already come off a spawn. This next round of Slay is so important. The first one, maybe even more than that. And Trippy's able to take down Legend. Trippy gets cleaned up off his screen here. Formal still being patient right now. Anticipating the push from SSG. Lucid might just bring this ball over to him and maybe be bait for Formal to get himself some easy kills.
I like the trigger discipline by Formal, but I'm really happy that he was able to get a lot of value out of this camo. Almost gets the third as well. If he ended up getting caught out on that A side with camo, he wouldn't have been the impact that he was in that scenario. Because of that, OpTic are able to take control of this camo side of the map, and they're able to rotate freely to whatever side is strongest. And right now, that side is C.
Sniper just about to come up here, and Formal forced to back down, taking way too much damage. Ends up repulsing right to top mid to stay alive. Eco just a step behind, but look at Trippy, caught out. That's going to be a great kill for SSG, taking minimal damage in return. Lucid not quite able to line up the shot there, as SSG are going to be able to take space on the map from multiple different angles.
Yeah, it's a little bit scary, though, for the side of OpTic, right? For the side of SSG, I'm sorry. They've been at 80 points for a while here. OpTic are slowly climbing up to that mark, and with a minute left in this first round, SSG need to act and try to get these last 20 points.
Sitting up high here with the sniper. SSG still have that ball. Nobody able to get it out. The nades not enough, and I don't see a single body there to try to force that ball out, and it looks like that's gonna be it. Space Station Gaming taking round number 1, and really on the backs of that early game, that 50 to 6 run, crazy out of SSG.
Yeah, and they did it all on the A side of the map. It's so unconventional. You normally see that C side control because of the quick play ball off the back of tower, but SSG prefer the A side. Once again, you see them setting up on A, going towards this A side of the map. No place to play the ball, but they slay out in between all these corners, and they do a great job of it. 2 down for OpTic already. Make that 3.
Nice double kill. Space Station Gaming once again having that A side set up here. Formal does have a sniper, 6 shots to work with, but there's so much you can do by yourself while you're waiting for your teammates to come off a spawn. Luckily off a screen, Dead Zone ends up picking up yet another kill. Active camouflage should be able to be gathered up here by OG, as SSG rotating this ball toward the green side. If they get pressure, that ball's gonna end up off the map, but a 30-0 run before OpTic Gaming are even able to get the kills.
Yes, Formal's doing a lot of damage here, right? He gets 2 picks, but the picks get traded on the side of OpTic. It's 2 down for OpTic as well, and all the while, SSG, massive amounts of time here. The ball won't be played, though. That'll be a little bit of an error. I believe Lucid is on the back of green as well, so he'll potentially get a couple of slays and pick this ball up. That ball not being played could be a big hit to the side of SSG.
Almost 40 points for SSG, but you have to imagine all of this ball time that OpTic Gaming get at this point, which ends up only being 12 seconds. Still 12 seconds almost undeserved, as that ball stays on the map and gives OpTic some easy time. Space Station Gaming want to try to surround this ball from multiple different angles. You see Stellar getting right behind enemy lines. Love this flank out of him. Denzo goes down because of it. Formal weak but not down, as he takes down Stellar, just barely able to do so, and Trippy apparently gonna cover Formal's back. OpTic, a great round of slays, leads to a tower side setup.
Yeah, that flank was a big play, but OpTic take full control of the tower side. They potentially get these 20 points, and that tower side to me is the stronger place to hold the ball, right? Again, you have that quick play ball. You've got lots of routes in order to stay alive on the bottom of mud and on tower itself. That jump up is always predicted. You see it once again right there. All 4 down for SSG. OpTic look to take the first lead in this second round.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe he made a little bit too much noise from missing the first jump, and that allowed OpTic to know exactly where he's coming from, because he goes for it again, and he gets the skill jump the second time, but ends up going down quickly. Looks like Deadzone the first one to go down here for OpTic. The first two. OpTic gonna be forced to play this ball quickly. Bounce already pushing up, ball already off the map. A 50-39 game it looks like OpTic in control.
What a massive play by Bound. He gets the kill as well. Comes back up with the repulse, no shields. They don't expect him to do that, but those unorthodox plays are what make Bound such an incredible player. The double team comes in, so he ends up falling. And all the while, OpTic look dominant, but they've only gotten 50 points here. Only 11 more than SSG.
Movement out of Bound is absolutely crazy, but what's also quite crazy is that OpTic have been able to weather the storm, able to slow them down just a bit. Lucid grabs a hold of the sniper, bringing it over toward the camo side. Easy kill for him. Makes the second one look just as easy. Full squad wipe. Space Station Gaming on their backs right now. And Lucid's already blocking the A side, funneling those spawns towards the green side of the map and also into the reticle of his sniper.
Yeah, I mean, OpTic's doing a great job in terms of slays here. You see a lot of slays. They've gotten Space Station Gaming 4 dead twice now in a row. And with that 4 dead, they're able to get a lot of time. It's 2 down again for SSG, and it'll be an opportunity for OpTic to try to make this difficult to come back from for the side of SSG.
Multiple members of SSG surrounding that ball. Lucid trying to get involved, takes down one before going down. A trade for him as Formal gets into a 1v1 battle. Legend getting mid-battle going for the curb slide, but man, no matter what you do, you can't throw Formal's aim off.
Yeah, the fact that he got it perfect through that curb slide is incredible. It just showcases how that left stick aiming can really be beneficial. OpTic Gaming now are gonna have to be pushing up, but that QT gonna make things a bit difficult. Stellar having to hold that lane, but the thing with the QT is you can just attack from multiple lanes. 3 down for SSG. OpTic once again in control.
On board now with Deadzone. He's trying to create an avenue for Trippy to get that ball away from the key door side over toward the back A. They're so close to closing this out, but SSG finding a couple slays isn't enough. Ball ends up being dropped. All 4 go down for OpTic Gaming. So close, yet so far away. Space Station Gaming now get into their final setup. They would have to play near perfect Halo. 2 slays go the way of OpTic Gaming, and those 2 kills can be it. It could be OpTic taking it, but another battle goes in. Stellar and Legend end up going down. Eco, the final player alive with camouflage. He has to try to get the kill onto Trippy, but he ends up being spotted, and it looks like OpTic Gaming going to match that energy from Space Station Gaming in game number 1, or at least, excuse me, round number 1. Now we're going into a swing round 3. Look at those snipes. Oh my gosh, that was nasty.
Yeah, Lucid heating up a bit too, and that's exactly what you want. He's 24-17. That's the Slayer we're used to seeing out of Lucid. Beautiful showcase by OpTic to bring that second round back, and you saw how important that tower side control was. Camo's pretty much even on both sides here. The big factor for me is who's going to control these camos in round number 3.
Enemy has the ball.
Now gonna be able to take to the low ground with the sniper. Plenty of ammo to work with at the moment. 23 kills to his name, 14 assists, and running into the grenade of Deadzone. Bound goes down. I'm not sure Deadzone knew he even had the sniper right there, so that sniper sits over toward the big door as Stellar just portaling back and forward, being a nuisance. A thorn in the side of Formal. Luckily, Trippy has his back. Space Station Gaming, 28 seconds without any contest coming out of OpTic right now, but now the slays start to go OpTic's way. Can they get the ball out of SSG's hands?
Yeah, it's a good point, Tony. It's a lot of scrap here on the side of SSG. Scrappy 1v1, scrappy fights to and fro, but it's SSG who come out on top of at least some points on the board. 4 down, though, for SSG now. It's OpTic Gaming with a little bit of his setup and control on this tower side once again, a place they were so solid at holding in the last round.
We're going to be keeping an eye on that scoreboard. It started off as a 32-0 run, but now a full setup here for OpTic Gaming. And Deadzone already the first one to get a kill onto his former teammate. Trippy. Body shot connects with the sniper, finishes him off with the bandit. Eco can get it too. That's a double kill for Trippy, and SSG's being sent back to spawn. Now OpTic within striking distance, clawing their way back into it, just down by a few points, and Stellar looking to put an end to it.
Yeah, he does with the first kill, but I love his route to stay alive here. He doesn't just charge onto cuts. He knows his teammates are going to come out onto A side, 3 down for OpTic Gaming, and Stellar's going to react and get the last kill. That's a kill it's an off kill right there, right? That's a staggered spawner in Lucid. So they're going to have numbers advantage, that is SSG, for a little bit of time here. And they'll use that to get some more points on the board.
43-31 here for Space Station Gaming. Stellar is going to find multiple members of OpTic Gaming, but multiple members are weak here. Takes down one. The second one shot ends up going down. All 4 members of Space Station Gaming are up, yet 4 down for OpTic. Not sure how that ball gets played. I'm assuming the last member from OpTic must have made a play, unless there was an accidental drop, because that ball ends up off the map, and it was a 4v1.
Yeah, I mean, it's 100% correct, right? When you have 3 dead on OpTic, you definitely don't want to make that play ball happen. It could have been the last member alive that tossed it off, and you see how much of a scrap it is to try and get that ball back and try to get control once again. It is SSG looking for that A-side setup with Legend on the tower side. Actually, they rotated towards him. This is the stronger side of the map. It's up to Legend to stay alive.
Creative movement out of Legend gives them that tower side control that the Space Station Gaming wants so bad. The A-side setup was nice, but their tower side setup could probably be even more deadly as Formal chases the ball off the map. Nobody responds to it just yet. Formal full shields looking for some action. The rest of his team around him are getting slays left and right. Eco goes in for the challenge, and Formal simply ready for it. 61-33. Space Station back in control.
I don't mind them leaving Formal the bottom tower here. Essentially, they're oh my gosh, unless he does something like that. That is insane. Formal just got 2 kills, the last player alive on the back of tower. They left him there because he wasn't really providing a lot of value, but at the end of the day, he does. He provides enough value for OpTic to get 3 down for SSG and to potentially get this ball and get control of the map.
SSG have rotated the ball though away from the C side, so it looks like Formal is going to give that tower side control, trying to create a lane to get a setup for OpTic, and now going to push up, get back into the fight. Legend down to 1 shot, just about absolute. After that grenade breathed on him the wrong way, and he'll go down.
Tied in rounds now. This is round number 3 of the oddball game, and Space Station are up 62-35 right now. Of course, series at 0-0. We just started here in the grand finals, game number 1. Space Station looked like they're in a solid bit of control here. Just look at the kills. It's bound 34-29. Slay's pretty even on both sides, as you'd expect, but it's the rotations out of SSG and that scrap time that's really giving them this lead as they get scrap time once again.
Bounds double kill ends up leading to a 3 down here for OpTic Gaming. Puts down some damage, now looking to stay alive. Oh, goes for the skill jump, misses it. It looks like this time he's just going to hold at the moment. Off the screen, I did see Trippy taking down Stellar, and I also see 3 members of OpTic Gaming getting dangerously close to this setup here for SSG. The rotation comes quick, and Bound just barely misses out on that melee, the Quantum Translocator, portaling that player right out. But OpTic right back with the ball, and Bound right back on the offense.
Yeah, that was a great play by OpTic Gaming, and it all came through Lucid, who had that QT. Formal's going to lose the camo, though, so that's a valuable trade there for the side of SSG. Bound goes down, and so does Legend. But it's SSG on the aggression. It's going to be Eco with a massive kill. The massive second kill as well. From the back foot, gets a double, and still doing damage to the players on top center.
Space Station Gaming already have 85 points and counting. Looking to end it right here. This could be the final setup that you see OpTic need a break. And the first 2 down is going to be devastating for them. Now you're going to see Trippy and Dead Zone really having to make a play. An individual one. They have to get a double, if not a triple. And they've just gone 2 down once again. Final points going in. SSG will be taking game number 1 here in your grand finals.
That is a very convincing game number 1 from SSG, and it all came through the very end with Eco, a massive double. Frosty calls him one of the smartest players in the game, and we see it showcased right there. SSG, extremely solid, and at this point, you hate to be OpTic because you not only do you go down 1-0 in this series, but you also have to win 2 best-of-5s in order to win this tournament coming from that lower bracket. As you can see, here's the double we're talking about, right? In a 2v1 situation, Legends ends up going down. He gets a spawn for his teammate behind him, but still able to get that nice, clean double. That sets him up for full control, and also sets him up for OpTic having staggered spawns and not being able to, you know, push with full force.
Now we have game number 2 going ahead of us. Solitude Slayer, and if there's anything I'm looking at the screen right now is that when it comes to slays, SSG are damn good at it. 35 out of Stellar. Almost a 40 bomb out of bound, and when the slays continue to add up, obviously Halo isn't a game of just getting kills, but it's a game of getting an advantage. And if you're able to consistently get that first kill, that first 2 kills on the opposition, it's almost impossible for them to play any kind of objective. So as those slays heavily favor SSG, OpTic are simply out of the game for too long to win, and that's Halo. That's it. I don't know.
That's it. That's all it is.
Now go be pro, everybody. I just taught you. That's a free Medify lesson right there.
For free. Free 99. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Active. Alongside me is Tony, and this is Halo, baby. This is the grand finals. Game number 2. Space Station. Up 1-0 in this series. OpTic Gaming have to win 2 best-of-5s in order to win this tournament. Can they do it?
OpTic got the first one to get some slays on the board, but man, what a recovery and answer back coming out of SSG. It was a momentary 2v2 fighting over this active camouflage that sits over on the mid-map bound. Able to grab shock. And it looks like SSG are gonna try to make their first move towards the active camo. Can OpTic bait it out? 2 down go OpTic, apparently not. Make it 3 dead zone. Now completely out of the play, at least for the active camouflage. Space Station Gaming starting 6-3, and they get every resource as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was really big, right? Because not only do they leave, Penguin ends up staying alive, but now Space Station Gaming have control of the spawns. They have knowledge of the spawns. Knowledge is king in Halo, of course. And look at that. They use the spawn knowledge to push the players 1 by 1 dead zone. The last player on this side of the map again, and he's gonna go down in another staggered spawn, but he gets a trade, which is massive. Is it enough though? An 11-7 lead here for Space Station Gaming.
OpTic really trying to force Space Station Gaming away from this glass and LR side. A nice spread out of Space Station Gaming. They want this nest control, they want this poster control, and everything they want. Apparently they get. Eco sitting here toward the LR side has a lot of responsibility on his hands. Meanwhile, on the opposite side of the screen, Bound taking down Formal. 12-8 run. OpTic look to respond. First 2 kills for them. Open up the setup, open up the map for OpTic to finally start to take some space.
We dealt with the first camo, but you gotta look. Already the second one. Incoming in 10 seconds at the top center of the map. So these next couple of kills, very important, and you see they immediately get the first one on the dead zone. He's gonna be the first one to fall, and now Space Station Gaming able to just push on through for free. A beautiful second kill by them. That's 2 down for OpTic. This could be camo.
Camouflage just coming up, and Legend already has his eyes set on it. However, it looks like Stellar hits the black screen there. So no longer having his teammate to work with, he still has to try to make a play. Does some good damage, taking down dead zone. A momentary 4v2 should allow Space Station Gaming to do that final bit of damage and then make a play onto Camouflage. But Trippy coming out of nowhere, Trippy not able to get there, but buys enough time for the rest of OpTic to move into position. Eco goes down, and Camo still sits off a spawn.
Yeah, Space Station have to be really careful there. They're constantly staggering towards that top center to get that camo, but OpTic Gaming continuously getting these lift spawns makes it very difficult to do so. Finally, you saw Bound. He rerouted towards that lift side, blocked that spawn from happening, picks up camo. Now let's see if he can get some value out of it.
21-16 run, it looks like Space Station Gaming still have control, and with Bound with a double kill, make it a triple. He wants the overkill, but Formal will not give him that angle. Either way, 3 out of 4 members going down here for OpTic. Lucid coming off his spawn, gets himself a free shock, and then gives it right back to Bound of SSG.
That's just beautiful by Bound. I mentioned, will he get value out of the camo? The answer is yes. He continues on with a shock as well. A killing spree for him. Bound 8 and 4 with 6 assists, make that 9. He wants another one. A little bit of movement. The dance, not going to be enough though. He ends up falling, but not without SSG being up 28-21.
7-kill advantage here for Space Station Gaming, but luckily for Formal of OpTic, they were able to get away with that shock. I'm seeing off the screen, Stellar and Eco trying to push up over towards the cafe, over towards that dip side. Formal on the more favorable side, and once again, an active camouflage comes up, and maybe Space Station Gaming use it to extend their lead, or maybe it's OpTic that can use that exact same camo to come back. Ammo just about done in the shock. Legend with the double kill. Really changes the course, really throws a curveball in the plans of OpTic Gaming, but Formal comes in out of nowhere with the shot. The camouflage was grabbed, but it was not used nor burned. Dead Zone able to get the double kill. Camo sits up high, but right now it is just bait. It is a war between two of the best in the HCS.
Beautiful job by Dead Zone here. Obviously, a big impact on this camo, making sure that Space Station can't pick this camo up. He's gotten 4 kills now in a row. Penguin, aka Dead Zone, starting to pick it up here. 10 and 7 in this game. He's really making an impact.
35-29 lead for Space Station Gaming, but still trades are coming out on screen. It's not too little too late for OpTic to make a comeback here. He's going down. Those might connect onto Legend of SSG. Eco covering his back, but so much damage being output here by Trippy. Eventually, he gets his kill and now catches a new angle from Flowers onto the weak player. A 1v2, not the numbers that Trippy was looking for.
Yeah, look, it seems like a switch has been flipped here for OpTic. They look like they're firing on all cylinders right now, but that's the stop that Space Station Gaming needed. They get that kill, Bound does. Another one goes down as well. 2 down for OpTic here. Trippy on the Nest side alone. I love the reach-outs here. A lot of confidence in it. Statements that are trying to be made, but Bound is just running free right now. 14, 9, and 7, Tony. A beautiful showcase out of Bound.
Going into their end game right now. It's up to OpTic to really clutch up, because as of right now, Space Station Gaming have the luxury to get aggressive and to simply play for trades, and that's exactly what they'll do as OpTic Gaming end up going 3 down. Stellar goes in for a huge trade, and with that, Space Station Gaming just 5 kills behind away from taking a 2-0 lead in the series.
Space Station Gaming get the loop spawns though. With that camo coming up and only needing 3 kills, this could be it. OpTic Gaming are running away right now. It's going to be Formal who dies with the camo. That was the win condition, and it's gone.
Not even the camouflage enough to keep OpTic Gaming alive. Space Station Gaming now look to take space onto OpTic. 1 more kill needed. Lucid with the shot gets himself the kill, but takes damage in return. No cleanup just yet. OpTic not out of it. Down by 9 with not a single life to give. If they're able to come back in this Slayer, it'd be one for the history books.
This is the man right here. He's got the tool in his hands to make this impossible happen. Because that's what this is. Legitimately impossible. See if he's able to do it, though. Shock rifle. Knowledge of the spawns as well. Lots of nades coming his way. Has to stay alive, and he backs up.
Lines of the shock. Multiple members of SSG may just be pushing forward. He's feeding that information to his team, letting him know. Favoring the yard side. Looks like SSG pulled out of that situation. Stellar now taking a direct route over toward the mid side. That's going to cost him. Trippy gets himself a kill, but as Trippy is weak, Legend takes advantage, putting his 15th on the board and 2 for Space Station Gaming.
Yeah, that's why I said it was impossible. Literally all SSG needed to do was go in, get a little bit of damage, and at least just go for a trade. But now they take the lead in the series, or they maintain their lead in the series, and now a 2-0 lead against OpTic Gaming, hopping into Empyrean CTF. Does OpTic have some sort of an answer here? It looks like SSG are just on another level at the moment. Take a look at this Slays column. It's going to be 15 and 10 out of Bound, 15 and 10 out of the new acquired Legend. 10 assists for Bound as well. Just a beautiful showcase, and another look at the damage too. It's just massive damage across the board. A very even top 3 players on the SSG side, all above 4K.
I mean, yeah, I think it was great damage out of Stellar, obviously leading it, but to me, it's really about the aggression of the combination of Legend and Bound, and or Le Bound, as we like to say. 15 kills apiece out of that's 30 kills between them. Then when you add the assist on top of that, 15 assists between the two. Their presence are being felt in every single one of these Slayers, and we saw it versus Sentinels last round, and we definitely saw it once again here. They're aggressive, and they play so well together, and this is a match made in heaven, if you will. I'm a big fan of Le Bound.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tony. I think Legend is exactly what was needed to kind of match that Bound playstyle. If we watch the Grand Finals or we watch Worlds last year, it was Bound who was trying to be comfortable, trying to play that comfortable, aggressive role, but got caught out a lot. It was like he was kind of read by every squad he went up against, but now he's got Legend who plays just as aggressive as he does and now complements him really well, and he's able to play a bit more freely. And that's why I've constantly said this change for SSG was massive, and it's really gonna pay dividends as this season goes on.
Is there anything that you've seen from OpTic Gaming that needs to change, or maybe even another thing that needs to be contained on the SSG side that they need to do to come back in this game? I mean, you're down 0-2 in the series right now, and the last thing I want to do is just sweep in the grand finals. I don't have a horse in the race, as they say, but a sweep in the grand finals just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. What can OpTic do here on Empyrean to come back in the series?
There's just not a lot of damage that's being capitalized on. That's kind of what I'm noticing, right? A lot of damage goes into the side of SSG, but players like Bound with his movement and Legend, they're able to get away. They're able to stay alive. I think there needs to be just a little bit more capitalization on the damage that's done, and we've seen OpTic do this, right? Even in the second half of that game, OpTic started to capitalize. They started to capitalize on that numbers advantage. They started to take really interesting routes and take perfect angles, and I think that's what the catalyst is, essentially, for OpTic Gaming to bring this series back. It's not impossible whatsoever, and honestly, a reverse sweep right here would make for a very interesting Grand Finals reset. If there's one team that can do it, OpTic Gaming is that team.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Historically, OpTic haven't been the best Empyrean team in the world. Hopefully things change though now that they have Dead Zone though. It's almost like a brand new team with a brand new vibe that they're coming into here in year 3 of the HCS Space Station Gaming, still up 2-0 in the series, and formal up 2-0 as far as value-wise with that Rockets. For down go SSG, that flag is on the move, and let's just call it automatic. That's a cap right off the rip.
Yeah, Dead Zone takes a body shot by Lucid, but regardless, they make sure to kill Bound, who had the overshield, and this cap will go in like you mentioned. It's OpTic Gaming up 1-0.
Was that within 40 seconds of gameplay? Jeez.
I think so, Tony.
OpTic really have been working on their Empyrean game coming from late season 2 when I was doing stats, because man, they were struggling early on, but now clearly they've mastered it after that start. 1-0 lead here for OpTic Gaming. Space Station Gaming still having the lead in the series right now, but that might not mean much. A reverse sweep it's possible.
Yeah, I think honestly, when you're OpTic Gaming, you've got to make sure that you have no weak game types. And, you know, Tools alluded to this a little bit earlier, but when you have a best of 5 that's so spread in terms of maps and game types, you got to have all the tools in the tool belt in order to, you know, take a series and you know, give yourself the best chance to win. And that's exactly what it seems OpTic have done. A beautiful job by them. This is a map that's been around since 2007, so you know, obviously it plays a little bit differently than it did in Halo 3, but still the same fundamentals, and it looks like OpTic have those fundamentals down.
Is that why everybody's typing 07 in the chat? Because that's when Empyrean came out? 2-0 lead here for OpTic right now, and this is within 2 minutes worth of gameplay right now that we are seeing. Like, OpTic might just give us one of the fastest Empyrean, if not the fastest Empyrean capture the flag game that we've seen ever in a grand finals.
I mean, this is really, really solid by OpTic, and I mean, they're kind of playing for their back foot now. You see SSG trying to be aggressive here, but you look how they stay in the back of their base. They make sure to clear it out first and then push up, then go get space on the map, get that sword side control and push up. And you see the Rockets and OS are coming up right now, so this is going to be Legend getting the OS. Is that going to be enough, as Rockets are also coming up, and it looks like maybe OpTic Gaming have control of those?
Shotgun is out here for Vormal, down to one shot absolute. Meanwhile, Dead Zone still having a couple rockets to work with. Teammates falling must be a bit scary though. You want to be real careful. Last thing you want to do is give the rockets to the enemy team. So one gets used, one gets burned by Bound. And Dead Zone still staying alive, one rocket to work with.
Yeah, I like that he stayed alive there. Very important, right? Like you said, his team is all dying around him. Him living with rockets is essentially a cap, and the final cap for OpTic Gaming. If he can get a nice rocket kill to open up the map, it could be huge. Or in a situation like this where he has to even up the numbers, this rocket kill is huge. Hello? He gets the kill. I don't know what happened there. Something, but regardless, he gets the kill. It's a nice trade. OpTic Gaming still in control by a little bit, but Bound has a snipe inside a sword.
Well, we'll chalk that one up to maybe the observer hiccup right there, but gets the trade with the rockets, and obviously we talked about staying alive with them and not giving them to the opposition, and obviously he does that by burning both of them. Bound still behind OpTic, double kill for him, but Lucid's able to get away with the sniper, puts it to use immediately. That high sensitivity plays on 2, 6, 8. That 8 vertical to get the headshots and 6 to snap onto his targets. Trippy now picks up on that exact sniper, and Space Station Gaming going nowhere with that flag.
Yeah, Bound's like, I'm gonna challenge you, but that's the thing that happens, right? Him challenging in that scenario just allows OpTic to get control back of the map once again, or to at least get that numbers advantage. That being said, though, as I say that, Lucid ends up going down. Space Station have numbers advantage, and you see they push directly on that. They gotta take care of Trippy at the top of tower here. He's the one they gotta take out first.
Trippy sitting up high in a defensive position here. Space Station Gaming going to have a tough time capping any flags with him there, so they get him down to the low ground. End up getting the finish. Like you said, the first step was to get Trippy off of that tower side position. Now it's Dead Zone and crew coming off a spawn and trying to clear out this flag. Relentless pressure coming in for Space Station Gaming. And some excellent shots from Bound. He's not only gotten Trippy off of the tower, but takes it for himself. 2 down for Space Station Gaming, make it 3 OpTic. They clear Space Station Gaming out right as rockets and Overshield are coming up.
Yeah, OpTic play their process there really well. They're able to fight Space Station Gaming out of their base, even with the numbers advantage in favor of Space Station Gaming. And because of that defense is going to allow them to push up on the map once again. And don't forget this 6-minute mark, very important, as I believe OS and Rockets will be coming up.
Big kill come out of Dead Zone right there to take down Legend. Trippy follows it right up, going right after Eco, and now Dead Zone finding the one-shot player, gets the kill, but more importantly, stays alive. Spawners coming up for Space Station Gaming. If they play this right, this can be a secondary round of Slayers, and if that's the case, it will lead to the final cap. OpTic Gaming still up 2-0 here in a cap that only goes to 3, and Dead Zone takes down 2 before going down himself. That gives Formal tower side control.
Yeah, this sniper is a big factor for me. Formal sitting on this tower side. He's going to try and get this snipe. This will be the Space Station Gaming snipe, so any chance they had of kind of getting out of their base, Formal's in a position to stop it. Beautiful shots by him as well. He doesn't take too much damage. Because of that, he ends up getting his shields back. Now he's got their sniper to utilize. This is where it becomes a little bit scary for the side of SSG.
Spawner still coming out over toward the courtyard side. Formal was ready for him, but he still had no shields. And you give Eco the snipe? Snaps onto Trippy with a body shot. That literally stops that flag almost completely as Eco's able to take down the flag carrier. And it looks like SSG playing for the return OpTic all on their side of the map for now. There is Lucid sneaking up over towards Sword.
Yeah, his defensive hold is good and all for SSG, but they've got to push up on the map off their numbers. It's 3 dead for the side of OpTic Gaming. They have top tower control on their side, but Trippy, the last player alive, goes down too. And there we go. That's what I was looking for. The overkill by Bound and a beautiful overkill by him, but they get to spawns on shotgun side. SSG have to kill these players on the shotgun side of the map.
Taking them to Bound Town. Overkill out of Bound, and he's still going off the young man from Ohio. Gets the trade out with Lucid, really making OpTic work here. It's 1 cap for Space Station Gaming, 1 cap behind. OpTic may have the lead, but Space Station Gaming at least have a bit of momentum.
Yeah, they should have been able to kind of relay caps here. They get that first one. They weren't able to really get control of the second one just due to the fact that the spawns came out on the shotgun side. So OpTic is saved in that regard. But it's SSG who are 3 down, especially with Rockets coming up right now. This is a bit scary for the side of SSG.
Dead Zone wants to stay alive with these Rockets. Down to 1 shot he goes. He was able to get value out of them the last time he had them. But Form will take it right off the tower side. Dead Zone, the final player alive. Bounce him back. Ends up getting the rocket kill for the double. Flag has been started here for Bound and Space Station Gaming. Bound trying to inch that flag forward, but the rest of OpTic are now starting to move into position. Overshield is great, but can you fend off 2, 3 members of OpTic Gaming? Apparently not. Back-to-back kills for Dead Zone and Lucid. and Lucid takes down the final player in Legend. That flag going nowhere. 4 down for SSG.
I like that play by Bound, though. He has the overshield. He tries to create a little bit of time, get at least a couple of kills and a little bit of damage so that his teammates can come off a spawn and push through and maybe get a touch. But Legend loses his 1v1, and what that does is it allows OpTic Gaming to play real comfortable here. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game. Space Station down by 1. They need to act quickly, and it looks like Legend is the first point of attack.
Legend's already over toward the Mangler side. Excuse me, Mauler, I apologize. One shot goes down, dead zone. Dead zone being real creative with his ability to stay alive. He has a stick grenade to maybe make a last-ditch effort, but doesn't even need it. Formal has his back, and Formal continues to apply pressure to the rest of the members of SSG. Legend's down to 1 shot, now he's out of the fight. Formal and the rest of OpTic Gaming now gets an inch forward from the long haul to the green hall side. They want the strong side of the map, and they're willing to take it.
Yeah, see, this is what interests me about Dead Zone, right? He's 26 and 10. This is what he's capable of, and I know this after watching him for these, 2 seasons, going on 3 now. This is what he's capable of, but not often does he hit this ceiling. He's doing it right now, and you can see OpTic firing on all cylinders when Dead Zone, is playing like this, and this is what I love. I love to see a player hit their potential and start to find their groove. That's exactly what's going on with Dead Zone. All 4 down for SSG. OpTic are going to put this last flag in.
This flag has made it through the courtyard, under the mid-bridge, over towards the runway, and eventually home. But OpTic Gaming taking it in a 3-1 fashion. Oh, man. This tournament, man. This tournament, my heart right now. My heart is going crazy. I thought SSG at one point were going to pull off the sweep. Now OpTic give me life, because that was a pretty dominant performance in game number 3. So the reverse sweep is still alive. King of the Hill Recharge. How many times have we talked about how good of a team OpTic are at King of the Hill? And Recharge really plays towards their strengths.
Yeah.
Talk to me about some of the stats that you're seeing right now, and talk to me what we should expect to see going into a game 4.
I mean, it's the first time we see Dead Zone play like this. I love Zane as a person. I think he's great. I think his ceiling is extremely high, but now that he's playing at that full potential, now we can see what OpTic is capable of, and sometimes it takes a little bit of time to rest into that groove, to get into a new team and be able to find your place, and it looks like in that game, he felt very comfortable. Of course, you got to talk about it. It's a map that is based off of the pit. He's very comfortable on that map, and he showcased it there. I want to see him continue this, though, as the series goes on.
So much damage on the map that we're seeing here for OpTic Gaming. I want to take a look at some of the highlights here. And I was wondering, after that, I'm wondering, that player have repulse? Like, the only way I can see him, like, hesitating right there is if the enemy team has repulse. And he shoots that rocket, that's an opportunity for the enemy for the player to return it to sender with that repulse. A lot of times they'll try to bait you out to shoot that rocket and send it back. So I'm wondering if maybe that was the cause of that hesitation. And of course, Bound with that, man, that overkill was nasty. Still not enough though. SSG fall 1-3 in this game, and the series gets extended at least to 4.
What kills me about that overkill, right, is the fact that that flag was already being run in while that overkill happened, and they had position to get another relay. They just missed out on a couple of slays, which stopped that from happening, and they weren't controlling that shotgun side. But anyway, here we go. It is now game number 4. OpTic Gaming looking for that reverse sweep story, and the SSG in the driver's seat to stop that from happening. It's Stellar in the first hill. Gets a bit of time here, but taken out as OpTic are 2 dead.
I do want to remind you guys at home, this is the grand finals, and Space Station Gaming up 2-1 so far in the series. Space Station Gaming can win by putting in 3 in this one, but OpTic Gaming cannot. 2 more wins for OpTic Gaming in a game 5, if they were to get it, would only reset the bracket, would only send us into yet another best of 5 series. Space Station Gaming obviously still in the driver's seat, even after the big win from OpTic.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, right? And it kind of tests you as a team. And OpTic's been in these tests many times, and they've been successful in some of them. But when you have a new member on this squad, it might be a bit different feeling. We'll see if they're able to pull it off, though. SSG immediate control of the hill. They get that 25% mark completed, but they are 3 down. Make that 4 as the last player falls.
The meta changes from Season 2 going into Season 3. I'll be honest with you, I definitely see why they put the hill over towards batteries. Oh my gosh, I hate this hill. Oh my gosh, oh man, one player over towards tower, and it's so tough to get. It definitely takes some skill to take over this hill. It does. It takes a lot of control. I freaking hate it.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. You're right, though. You know, have that guy towards tower. You have a guy potentially on that glass or bat ledge, and you just force spawns onto A. It just makes it really difficult for Space Station to push through. OpTic have a lock on this setup. You talked about them being a strong King of the Hill team. We're seeing that right now as they get the first hill. Camo coming up as well. Dead Zone not able to use that shroud on the camo, but I believe it's OpTic Gaming still in control, so that camo will be picked up by Dead Zone. 3 down for SSG.
Huge camo grab here for OpTic Gaming. You already start off 1-0 in the game, and I talk about it over and over again. It's not the end of the world if you end up losing a hill, at least one onto the enemy, but it's the end of the world if you are not set up over toward the next one. So you allow OpTic Gaming to get a few points, even though not much, and the resources on the map. No shot. No shot. I don't know how that wasn't even a back smack. I was surprised Ito even got the melee. That looked like a back smack to me, but Dead Zone is still alive right now. Couple shots go in and ends up finishing him. Practically a bolt through the way Bound was attacking him, almost like he had the sword.
Yeah, like I said, Dead Zone's got a ginormous ceiling. It's just, you know, we're starting to see it realized here, which is exactly what you want if you're an OpTic fan. Stellar had the shock rifle in his hands. That's a dangerous combination, but he gets taken out pretty quickly. OpTic Gaming already on this second hill are 25% of the way through, and they're getting control on the long haul side of the map as well. Control of this map on this hill, very devastating, and Dead Zone's preparing for this push. He ends up missing a shot there, but he'll do enough damage.
Excellent double push on OpTic Gaming here. Dead Zone on screen. Back when he competed for SSG was going by Penguin. Now 8-4 with 4 assists as Dead Zone of OpTic. Shock rifle in hands, just barely missing out on that shot on Eco. Now looking to inch his way forward, but he does have Legend, his replacement, that's guarding the back C side. Teamwork will make the dream work, though. Double push for OpTic ends up leading to Dead Zone going down, but OpTic still getting some points on the board. Just about done, about 85%. You're looking for that final 15, that final 10%. SSG surrounding the hill. Nades are going down. Will OpTic be able to finish it? Yes, they can. 2-0 for OpTic Gaming.
Yeah, SSG committed a little bit towards that hill, though. It is 3 down for OpTic Gaming, but Dead Zone, the last player alive, is going to find that camo once again. I believe that's the 3rd camo for OpTic Gaming in this game alone. It's SSG with immediate control of that elevator side and the hill, but OpTic Gaming looking to push that.
Enemy team took the hill.
A little bit of A-side control here for Space Station Gaming, at least having 2 players over toward the backside. It looks like Formal ends up going down, but Trippy's able to clean up Bound, and a 1v1. The Dead Zone must win to clear out the A side. Looks like it's going to happen, so now those spawners should be coming in for OpTic Gaming. There's a new challenger appears, though, and Legend takes down 1.
Yeah, it's really big by Legend. Trippy's there to clean him up, though. This is where Trippy needs to stay alive as long as possible. Legend's not going to allow that to happen. And for those of you that don't know, this side of this needle side hill, elevator is the most important thing to control. So you're going to see teams going for their process of getting that elevator control first, then going for hills second, and that's exactly what you see here. It's a fight for elevator first, a fight for slays, and SSG just got 2 on the side of OpTic.
And if elevator's the strong side, this gold side of the map would be the weak side. As of right now, OpTic find themselves fighting out of it and getting pushed right back all the way through the pipes over toward the top gold side, forced back toward their spawn. Maybe that's why the opposite side is the stronger.
Well, they make a break through the top of Cat, and now it allows Dead Zone to kind of get in the hill. They've got that glass control. They've got top elevator now. OpTic have locked in a setup here. SSG have to find those first steps to break it, and Formal's the first step, but he ends up winning a 1v1, almost a 1v2.
Bound takes down Formal. Now is looking to push up over towards glass. Bound also goes after Dead Zone. That was a momentary 3 down for OpTic Gaming, and Lucid, who was the final player, is also dealt with. BR in the hands of Bound as maybe he uses it to use it as a bait for camouflage. Long range shots are always looking crisp with the battle rifle. Maybe not those ones.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, right? They kind of give up that camo for the control of this for their first hill in the game. So now a 2-1 lead here for OpTic Gaming, but we'll see if that camo is being utilized. So far, it is not. A beautiful kill there, but Dead Zone answers back with a triple, looking for the over, decides to chow it, but stays alive. He ends up getting taken out, though. An aggressive push by Legend takes him out quickly. OpTic still in control of this hill, though.
Minute 42 seconds left in regulation. I don't think that really matters too much here for OpTic, but I think it really puts Space Station on the clock. How much time will have to be drained in order for SSG, in order to take this hill to tie things up? If OpTic win it, that's really putting things out of reach here for SSG. I think this is a must-win hill. They need to leave this hill tied up with Dead Zone able to take down Legend. And now decided to push forward here. There's 3 members of OpTic now infiltrating in from the long haul side. Reinforcements are here, but Dead Zone doesn't have an exit route.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate when time is a problem, and as of right now, it's not. But yes, if OpTic were to get this third hill, it will be a problem. It looks like OpTic is kind of playing time right now anyway, only being up that 1 hill. SSG finally getting into that hill, I'm sorry. But 2 players from OpTic already pushing on that tower side, which is the weak defended side of SSG, and they'll find that opening and now get in the hill once again.
This is where things get dangerous. Again, this is what I was talking about. If OpTic win this hill, it goes over towards bottom mid, and then, or camel spawn bottom mid, and I promise you, OpTic will not play the time at that point. They will simply just be keeping Space Station Gaming out and slaying them. SSG needs to win this one as we're less than a minute on the clock. 3 down go OpTic Gaming. That's exactly what they're looking for. Just barely missing out on that shot. With the shot, can't quite get away. Nades and damage is coming in left and right like a wrecking ball. OpTic Gaming take back control, busting through the defenses of SSG, and maybe, just maybe, making a game-winning play.
Dead Zone looks so incredible in these last 2 games. 19-10 in this one. Really seems like he's moving different, and you love to see that. Maybe getting a bit more comfortable as 4 go down for Space Station Gaming. OpTic looking to take their 3rd hill, and with 39 seconds left, it's going to be very difficult for SSG to win this game.
And this is what I was talking about a minute ago. Time wasn't a factor, at least for OpTic Gaming. It was really a must-win hill for Space Station, and now that they didn't, notice how OpTic, they are not playing this hill. They are simply going to play 30 seconds of Slayer, really. They're not even playing King of the Hill anymore. All they got to do is keep them out, and OpTic Gaming are sending us into a Game 5 here in your grand finals. Bound, chased out of the hill. Needs to quickly zone them out as well, dropping down from Trippy as OpTic are all 4 alive, and SSG are running out of time.
Yeah, just a lot of pressure being put out by OpTic Gaming. You see all the damage that's being done, and even then, right there, right, Bound is trying to get that hill time, but he's no shields, and it's just OpTic Gaming consistently fighting these weak players because their teammates, the teammates on OpTic, are just putting massive damage inside of every player from SSG that comes out. Bound will try to desperate, but it won't be enough. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to a Game 5.
How many Game 5s have we had in this tournament, Tim?
I don't know. I got deja vu saying that.
Oh, man.
I think a lot.
We getting lucky right now. Cause let me tell you, because although we're watching OpTic and SSG right now here in the grand finals of what's your final open leading into a qualifier, what I will say is, us, the viewers, are the real winners. We have been entertained all tournament long. So thank you, everybody who has competed in this tournament to lead up into this moment. And thank you, everybody in this live, because it's been an incredible ride.
Listen, if I got to talk about Dead Zone, obviously Lucid as well. We expect this out of Lucid, and we know that Dead Zone's capable as well, but Dead Zone's having a phenomenal 2 games here. Like, this is what I'd like to see. And again, it comes down to joining a team. You just feel a bit uncomfortable for a while. I understand they were scrimming. They tied FaZe 7-7. But he's fitting that role perfectly, and you can tell by, if you look at Formal's assist, you can tell by Formal's assist that there's just all that damage coming out, and Dead Zone's finding his openings. He's finding his way through. Look, 17 assists out of Formal there. Dead Zone's finding his space on this team, and it's honestly extremely good to see, but SSG should be trying to figure out how to stop that.
I mean, that's why they call him Dead Zone. You know, if Zane is near you, you're in the dead zone. Because either he's going to put down the damage that leads to an assist that takes you down, or the assist is going to come from his teammates and he's going to get the cleanup kill. Either way, it's all about OpTic's teamwork, surrounding you, limiting your options, and ultimately using that team fire to put you down. If Zane is near you, I hate to break it to you guys, you're in the dead zone.
It's just crazy. It's crazy how many teams we have in contention. Obviously, complexity, like bringing OpTic to a game 5. I mean, just so many teams that we're going to look out for here coming this new season. So really excited to see. It's good to see OpTic, you know, back in form a little bit. And again, you know, Dead Zone finding his space. I think it's still going to take time. I think, like I said, Dead Zone's got a ginormous ceiling, and I don't think that ceiling's been reached yet. So interested to see how that develops as time goes on. But still, OpTic Gaming need to win this game 5, which is already a test in and of itself against a great team like SSG. But if they win this game 5, they need to win another best of 5, Tony, for the grand finals reset.
Why are you putting that negativity up in the air?
Because it's facts, Tony, facts.
Nobody asked you. Nobody called for that. They're just out here just preying on OpTic's downfall over here. So, we know they have a hill with a mountain to climb. We already know that. Now,
I gotta remind the people, Tony.
You're dropping facts. And you're definitely right. SSG still have the advantage here. But I will say, after a team resets the bracket, if OpTic was to, does momentum then switch to their favor? Like after you overcome the advantage that your opposition has for coming out of the winner's bracket, just like SSG have, if OpTic were to win this game 5 and to reset the bracket, does that momentum then shift in your favor?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you win a best of 5. You reset the bracket. You're like, okay, well, we got this. Obviously, we won one. We can win it again. I think SSG are capable, though. Look how they started this series. You know, started this series 2-0. I don't think this series is anywhere near over. I think SSG maybe, you know, taking a little break, getting some coffee or something. Then now they're going to come back to play. It's a possibility, right? This game 5 is so very important. SSG want to end this now, but we'll see if OpTic can continue on that tear. Like I said, I think the X factor for me is Dead Zone. If he plays how he played in these last 2 games, OpTic are going to probably win this one as well. And we're probably going to go to a reset. But to me, it depends on him. It depends on Lucid. Of course, it depends on the entirety of OpTic.
Elimination game 5 here in your grand finals. And started things off with a triple kill. What a way to make a statement. What a way to set the tone here on game 5 on the streets of New Mombasa. Welcome, legend, to SSG.
We've seen so many incredible matches here, you know, on this map alone, and we've seen some of them go to time, you know, at LAN events. This you can see already. Look at the pace of game and how it changes. Everyone understands in this match how important this match is, and of course how important this camo is as it sits in the bottom center of the map.
You could cut the tension in here with a butter knife. What? Wow. Right from the opening rip, it is a stalemate between these two. Forget David and Goliath, just 2 Goliaths right now, going at each other. Neither team want to make a mistake. It's still SSG, which is a 1-kill advantage, but Lucid looks to eat away at that. As I say that, somehow Space Station Gaming able to stretch that lead and take down the Camel player.
Yeah, it's a good pick apart of the offense of OpTic. I'm sorry, the defense of OpTic, right? OpTic kind of sitting, trying to get that first initial pick. SSG find an opening. They push on through and they wipe OpTic Gaming. Now 8-5 is the lead. Space Station in control.
Stalker rifle was used just to get a trade off in lives there. I think SSG recognized the Dead Zone is by himself. Eco looks to take height with that repulse, and somehow Dead Zone is staying alive here towards the commando side of Subway. You do see Trippy pushing up, and I think if we just waited just a minute or two, I think Dead Zone would have pushed up with them over toward that strong side. But either way, Space Station Gaming that have 11 kills at the moment here, OpTic find himself a bit behind.
Yeah, OpTic also find themselves trapped inside a tram. Dead Zone's going to try to make a play here and open up the map just a bit. You see that damage is capitalized on. Beautiful. Whoa! You would expect it to be capitalized on. Eco comes out and wins a massive 1v1 there, extending SSG's lead.
Double kill out of Trippy. Clearing out the ATM. A double out of Stellar to match that 3. Down goes Space Station Gaming. and Formal right up the middle ends up being taken down. I believe what was dropped was a shroud. Even though it looks very much like a camo, it was grabbed up. Oh, no, it was camo. It was camo. I'm sorry, I'm going crazy.
That shroud no longer on this map. Camo, very important to control. Dead zone. See what he's able to do with it here. That's the important part, right? Providing info to his squad. This camo's only up for 30 seconds, though, so he's got to act if he wants to make some sort of a push here. And he gets caught out pretty quickly. That's a camo gone. A great job by SSG spotting him out.
5 kills separating these two as OpTic do end up going 3 down. Actually, all 4 members hitting the black screen. Space Station Gaming do not want to take this into a bracket reset. They have the opportunity to end it now, and the way they're playing, they could just do just that. But as I say that, Lucid and Trippy, they're able to push up over toward the strong side. They're able to take back this B Street control that they wanted, only down by 5 kills. OpTic back in the driver's seat.
Oh, great job by Tripp here to try and stay alive with this Stalker. He's going to end up going down, though, so that'll be Stalker in the hands of SSG. 3 down for OpTic Gaming. They have to come off a spawn here. SSG has done a ton of damage. 15 to 24 SSG lead.
Bound makes his way through tires. He does have a few members with him as they're really focused on keeping that B Street control. On top of that, keeping an eye on this camouflage. Stalker and BR could be really good here for Legend and SSG, but with the quickness, without any hesitation whatsoever, Bound snatches up this camouflage, and OpTic have no idea where he's going.
Yeah, and that's a big thing, right? Bound, very aggressive player. Him having camo is going to just make his runs unorthodox, and this is exactly what he does. Look at the damage he's able to do. Trippy goes down. They end up getting the kill on the dead zone as well, and that extends the lead to 10. SSG in full control right now. They end up going down, and Stellar ends up going down, but Bound's still going to be aggressive off the spawns of OpTic here.
Something has to change here for OpTic Gaming. Bound not quite able to find the back, so has to trade out his life with camouflage there. Not exactly what you want to see. And SSG still back-to-back kills lead to a 3 down for OpTic Gaming. Apparently, they didn't need the active camouflage in order to get a double-digit lead.
This lead is going to be massive because, again, we talk about leads in Slayer. All you got to do really is go for these trades. OpTic, though, playing extremely well on this push. They end up getting 2 down. They don't lose anyone as well, so this is really good by OpTic, but a trade comes out once again. That's going to minimize the damage just a bit, but it's still a 10-kill lead here for SSG.
Yeah, 33 to 23 here, and one thing I'm noticing from Space Station Gaming is they've been controlling the B side for most of this game. Finally, OpTic looking to take back that strong side control, that B Street control at the moment here. Will it work out in their favor? Legend apparently refuses to go down. Formal having to bring a shotgun into play, but then Eco comes right back in with the melee and steals that shotgun right from him. More power weapons, more resources now entering the hands of Space Station Gaming as OpTic ain't caught left and right by themselves. 2 down for OpTic Gaming. The B Street is cleared out.
Wow, you wouldn't expect something like this, but yeah, like I said, you can just play for trades. You can play for the 2-for-1 trade all day long. It's 40 to 28 now. SSG looking dominant. New camo coming up. This is a big deal. If OpTic Gaming are to get this camo, there's a potential they can do something with this game. Shroud screen is down, so they're not going to be able to utilize that to get the camo. I believe it actually despawns potentially. That camo is still at the bottom center of the map. That's the chance for OpTic to come back in this game. 3 down they go, though.
And once you go 3 down, I have to imagine that Space Station Gaming were able to get away with the camouflage. In fact, it's in the hands of Bound, who goes right after Dead Zone. 5 more kills needed here for Space Station Gaming. OpTic find himself way too far behind, looking for the final squad wipe here. OpTic needs to stay alive. They need to play damn near perfect Halo right now, and it ain't coming. 2 down for OpTic Gaming. 2 left here for SSG. Camo still in the hands of Bound, and he's hunting down members of OpTic Gaming. The BR is in. Dead Zone is down. Space Station Gaming have done it in a game 5. They are your champions.
Wow. What a statement being made by Space Station Gaming, almost allowing the reverse sweep to happen. Very convincing. Game 3 and 4 out of OpTic. A 3-1 victory on Empyrean, a 3-1 victory on Recharge, but SSG save up their energy, come through in the Game 5, and make it count when it matters the most. No reset. SSG will be your winners.
Space Station Gaming coming out with the huge win on that one. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, once again, taking back the throne. They came in through the winners bracket. They had that advantage. And let me tell you, if OpTic were able to win out that first series, momentum would have shifted. They were playing really well, especially towards the tail end of that series. But some way, somehow, Space Station Gaming were able to hold on. And I said it before in the chat. I'm gonna say it right here. You can't spell GG's without SSG.
I like that, Tony. That was good. What a pleasure, man. Gosh, we love Halo, don't we? What a beautiful game, especially at a high level. It's literally chess. And you know, I just want to show my appreciation to you, Tony, and of course LVT, for allowing me to do this. Like, the fact that I get to do this as a job is just incredible.
Triple kill.
The growth that I've seen out of LVT in general has been incredible. I've been with LVT, I think, now for 3 years, and just seeing the growth and seeing all the hard work come to fruition. And of course, it's great to see SSG and their hard work winning an event here. It's going to give them a lot of points in terms of seeding. They're going to utilize those to have a solid event. But gosh, what a great just day it's been, right? Lots of game 5s, Tony. Lots of close matchups. Lots of teams we didn't expect to be in the conversation and now are. It's just awesome, man.
Year 3 of HCS. I mean, I feel like we say it every single year, but I'm going to say it again. There's curveballs being thrown. And as of right now, the top 3 is going to continue to shift, and everybody on the outside looking in has such a chance. It is closer than it's ever been. We saw Sentinels play lights out. We saw Complexity pull off crazy upsets as well. You know, FaZe dropping down as low as, what, 4th place? Like, just absolutely insane. And it's just not over yet, guys. Just such a great way to set up what we're going to see going forward. Ladies and gentlemen, that's your HCS Open Series Week 3. I'm Why Not Be Reckless. This was active, and we were so happy to bring you some of the